Hi everybody, happy Easter to you and your family. How are you doing today? I want to try something new, something I've never done. It's probably going to go up on a new channel because of that, but I want to break down the MLB season for 2021 for the Chicago Cubs series by series. So opening day was this past week, and on opening day the Cubs played the Pittsburgh Pirates. Thank God we're playing the Pirates to start off the season. The Pirates aren't really supposed to be any good, so I'm kind of glad we're starting off with what's supposed to be a little easier team. And we came out in game one and we kind of stunk it up. Kyle Hendricks didn't look very good. He gave up a home run in the very first inning, I believe, and I believe he gave up a home run in the second inning. Not really very good for Kyle Hendricks. Terrible start, made 3 innings. Then the bullpen came in and they didn't really do much better either. Both Rex brothers and Dan Winkler gave up a run. We had a lot of walks. We had 11 total walks. We only had 10 strikeouts. Overall, the pitching did not do very good that first game. From a hitting standpoint, we actually did pretty good. We had a bunch of walks to start off, and we even scored in the first inning, making it 2-1, which is really nice. And over the time of the game, we got worse and worse. We had 13 strikeouts by the end. That's not good. Both Baez and Hayward had 3 strikeouts. Jock Peterson had 2. Everyone else had at least 1 strikeout. That's not how you win ball games, especially when you only get 2 hits because of it. So that 1 hit that Rizzo had was a pretty good hit. He also had the pop fly, sacrifice fly that scored a second run. Riz actually did his job. Nobody else really did any good. So then we get to the second game of the season, and this was much better. How good is it to see Jake Arrieta back in a Cubs uniform? Actually though, even though he gave up a run in the first inning. I was a little worried at first when he gave up that run, but Jake Arrieta had a fantastic day. He gave up 6 hits, which I would like to maybe bring down a little bit, but he only gave up 1 run the whole game, and it was in the first inning. He only had 1 walk. He had 5 strikeouts. Jake Arrieta, man, something about him in a Cubs uniform just makes not only me feel good, but I guess the team feels good because the team showed up to hit today. Javi Baez had 2 hits. Hayward had 2 hits, including a home run. Chris Bryant had a home run. Rizzo had a base hit. Overall, the hitting kind of started coming alive today. We did kind of falter towards the end of the game. The damage was already done, and we already had a pretty sizable lead, 5-1. When 5 people have an RBI, that means things are actually going in a good direction. Javi Baez got 2 stolen bases. I don't know what to do with that Pirates catcher is, because he obviously isn't very good. I would almost steal every single time that he's catching. We'll come back to that in a minute, though. Yeah, that second game was fantastic. Even Craig Kimbrell came in. Craig Kimbrell, as a Cub, has just been terrible, and he comes in and strikes out the side. Almost like no pitches too. I don't know, do I have his pitch count? Craig Kimbrell threw 16 pitches and got 3 strikeouts to end the game. That's what you want from your closer, even though it wasn't a save situation. Fantastic job all the way around. We didn't really hit too great with runners in scoring position, and we left 7 people on base, which I would like to do a little better at that. But if you get 5 runs though, who really cares how you do with runners in scoring position? The important thing is that you score the runs. 5 runs should always win you ball games. Okay, and that brings us to the last game of the series. The game that actually happened on the time of this date, Easter Sunday. Like I said, happy Easter to all your family and friends. This last game was also excellent from a run standpoint. We didn't do very good at hitting again. We only had 3 hits. We had 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. Would still like to kind of bring those strike numbers down and those walk numbers up higher than the strikeout numbers. Nonetheless, that's still pretty good overall. Ian Happ had a good day. He was 1 for 2. He also had walked twice. Rizzo walked twice. Chris Bryant had a fantastic day. Really, he had a fantastic series as a whole. He was 2 for 3, had a walk, didn't strike out today. He had a scorcher of an opposite field hit to score a run, and he also had a scorcher of a hit for a double that Javi Baez later scored him on what they called an error, though I almost would say it was a hit. I get why it was called an error. It went through the guy's legs, but it was just such a scorcher of a hit. I don't know. Not my judge to call, I guess. Zach Davies looked fantastic as well. A little sketch going into this season about our pitching, but if our people that aren't named Jake Arrieta or Kyle Hendricks do really good at pitching, then I feel pretty good. And I do like Zach Davies coming into the season. I thought he was an okay pitcher, probably a pretty good pickup. Honestly, he's kind of sneaky good. He went 5.2 innings. He had 4 hits. He only gave up 2 runs. He did walk 3 people, only had 5 strikeouts. Didn't have very many strikeouts. I don't know if he could have gone longer or not. He kind of had a fluky situation with a weak base hit and a home run given up, and that's why the Pirates got 2 runs. Our bullpen got a little scary for a moment. Brothers came in. He gave up a run. There was 2 guys on base. I was a little scared, but we got a pretty good double play. Rizzo over there at first looks fantastic. His fielding is just great right now. I don't know what it is, but both Baez and Bryant couldn't really throw to first very well this whole game. And Rizzo was contorting his whole body trying to stay on the bag, and he did a fantastic job today. There was also a play where Bryant caught the ball and threw it to first and got the guy out at first before he tagged up. Again, Rizzo, fantastic stretch on that play. Greg Kimbrell came in, got his first save of the season. Once again, Greg Kimbrell looked fantastic. He got 2 strikeouts. He had 2 strikeouts, and the final out was on a line drive up the middle that Javi caught, which I don't even know how he was in position to catch it. He made it look a little more difficult than it actually was, but you know, it's Javi. I don't know what you really expect from him at this point. Little concerning that we still didn't do very good with runners in scoring position. We were 1 for 10 on that today. We do want to bring that up. If our pitching's good, then we'll be okay. But when we face another team that's not the Pirates, we need to get those numbers up. We left 6 on base. Rizzo had a stolen base. This is what I mean by this catcher is just not very good, I don't think. If your first baseman, who isn't really that fast, is getting stolen bases, I want everybody to be running on that guy. Ian Happ is fast, Baez is fast, Bryant's fast, Hayward's kind of fast. We need to have, if anybody gets on first base, we need to send them. Plain and simple. So the MVP of this series, I was kind of going back and forth between Chris Bryant and Jake Arrieta, but I kind of think Chris outdoes him just a little bit. Chris did fantastic. He got on base literally 50% of the time. He had 3 hits on 9 at-bats. He had 2 RBIs, 1 being a solo home run. He had 3 walks. Only Chris, Rizzo, and Happ have actually walked more than strike out. I guess you can include Bodie in that as well. He is the stud of the series. Chris Bryant did fantastic this series. Absolutely great. Good to see him back and going. He looks a lot more confident. Like, I don't know what it is, but you can just see the way he's in the batting stance. Maybe he has like a wider stance. I don't know what it is, but he kind of has an uppercut swing back, and that's a good thing to see. Dud of the week. I actually was going through who this would be in my head. I actually thought it was gonna be Jock Peterson because he didn't really do much. It didn't feel like, but he did have 2 RBIs, and it must have been sac flies or groundouts because I actually don't remember them. But he didn't really get on base much, but that is not who we're going to give it to. We're going to give it to Wilson Contreras this series. Wilson, for whatever reason, is second in the lineup against righties. I don't know why he's that high up. I don't like that. I'd rather have him down behind where Javi is and everyone else just moves up 1 spot. That last game for Wilson was brutal. 6 strikeouts in total this series. 4 of them came in that last game, and he never got a base hit. He did get on base and scored, come around and score, but man, he looked brutal up there at times. One good thing I'm seeing here I didn't realize is pretty much everybody has at least 1 RBI except for Sogard. He's coming off the bench, so I don't know. Overall, pretty good series for the Cubs. I do like we're starting off with the Pirates, makes things a little easier, I think. Our next series is actually against the Milwaukee Brewers. We have Williams, Alazle, and Hendricks out there. I hope Alazle does really good because he's kind of the future. I don't know what to expect with Williams, and hopefully Hendricks comes up and bounces back. Please leave a like, please subscribe, please leave a comment on what you think about this season so far. Who is your stud of the week? Who is your dud of the week? Anything that you noticed that I didn't notice? I didn't go into fielding very much, but you know, hopefully going forward, I might take some notes down and actually be able to remember some of these things a little better, because I'm coming off hot the 3rd game, but the first 2 games were the last few days, and my memory is about as good as a drunk who woke up from being blacked out the night before. Anyway, good night, and see you next series when we play the Milwaukee Brewers. Do it, Wrigley. Say goodbye, Riz. Say goodbye, Rizzo. Say goodbye, Riz. All right, he doesn't want to be up here.